Now I'm going to pass it over to Danny. He's going to go over our second solution.
Thank you so much, Joe, for really explaining our first solution and honing in on that component of awareness. The second theme that we really found prevalent throughout our data is accessibility. Access to resources and avenues for associates to voice their opinion, as well as access to the knowledge and transparency of where does that opinion go? Because our theme is really two-part, we have a two-part solution. First, dealing with access to the avenues with the playbook. The playbook is an Excel-based solution that allows associates to submit ongoing feedback throughout the year. The goal of this is to create a functional avenue that houses everybody's comments, questions, concerns, new ideas, anything like that in one place, and allows, again, that ongoing conversation. Why we believe this is so important is for lots of different reasons. Lots of our data indicated that associates wanted to submit feedback anonymously, playing into that not receiving backlash for voicing a negative opinion. They also wanted something easily accessible. This could be accessed right from their computer, as well as something other than the only avenue they know, which is their direct manager. This is an example of what the playbook would look like. The first page is very instructional with information on how to submit feedback, as well as the process of how that feedback is going to be gathered, analyzed, and then eventually dealt with and conversated about. The first page also includes the different tabs that we have, which is different categories that associates can voice their opinion on, whether it be amenities, compensation, or even team-specific issues. On each tab, we have a column that allows associates to tally to show support that, yes, they saw this comment from their team member and they too agree with it. The second part of our solution, which is really detailing and hitting on that access to knowledge and transparency, is introducing our Pulse Champion. So our Pulse Champion, we came up with this idea because, like we've said, a lot of associates don't know where their voice goes. Who sees it? When do they see it? What's the process of analyzing it and getting information back? The Pulse Champion is meant to be an elected representative from each team that is given tools and resources to support the team voicing their opinion, with one of these tools being the playbook that I showed you on the previous slide. Another goal of this is to have a point of contact for feedback to be filtered through, from the frontline associates all the way up to senior leadership, and then most importantly, back down. They can also be a resource for associates wanting to voice their opinion, whether it be through the playbook, or through another avenue that may be more serious, like the chairman's line. We believe this is important for so many reasons. First, it gives ownership to people's feelings, concerns, and ideas. They know exactly who they're going to and who's responsible of caring for their opinion. It also gives a streamlined process of where their opinion is going, the steps on how it takes to be retrieved, and then that conversation back. And then lastly, it also provides a leadership opportunity for associates on teams. We're aware that many of the service teams have a similar role, dealing with like social mobility and fun stuff like that. It could be added on or it could be a separate role. The way that it works is over here. So first, associates submit ongoing feedback throughout the year. Second, the Pulse Champion holds a players-only meeting with their team where they discuss, consolidate, and prioritize all the comments listed on the document. Third, the Pulse Champion meets with their team manager and they decide the issues that the team manager is comfortable speaking on, and then what needs to be filtered up to senior leadership. Fourth, we hold our Pulse Council meeting. The Pulse Council is where all the Pulse Champions, as well as senior leadership, come together and again, just discuss, consolidate, and prioritize all those concerns from their teams. We recommend that the senior leadership here is the regional center support lead, and that they separate it into 2 meetings with sales and service. The next part, and probably the most important part for the Pulse Champion, is keeping that playbook updated. With those concerns that they prioritize in the quarter, how are they going? What's the status? And most importantly, what are the reasons for the status? The details as to why those decisions are or are not being made. We believe that providing this reasoning and keeping associates in the know will make them feel much more comfortable voicing their opinion later on. And then finally, the follow-up piece. We believe that Pulse Champions should be a proactive role in the My Voice initiative. This can include having a couple moments at the beginning of team meetings to remind associates to submit feedback, or to inform them of updates or knowledge that they know. This also includes releasing and sharing the Pulse survey results with their team. and creating that dialogue, that conversation of how they compare to other teams, to other regional centers, as well as to other business units. In summary, I talked about how the Pulse Champion and the Playbook work together to really detail that that accessibility component, both access to resources and then access to transparency. I'm gonna hand it over to Sarah, who's really gonna dive into our next piece of accountability.
Thank you, Danny, for addressing the accessibility. So through our survey, we received overwhelming responses that associates questioned where did their opinions